ever, I don't think, answer this question unless it had been asked. Okay? I see I've got your attention again, don't I? What is the question, Vic? The Bible speaks of eunuchs. Now listen to the question. How was the identity of these individuals known? Now, if you know what a eunuch is, now you know why I'd probably never have answered that question. Right? So let's talk about eunuchs for just a minute. The word eunuch is found 2 times in the Old Testament, 5 times in the New Testament. Those who are taking my How to Study the Bible class are laughing because they know how I get those numbers, don't they? The word eunuchs, plural, is found 20 times in 16 verses in the Bible. So the word eunuchs is a Bible topic, isn't it? A eunuch was a man who had been castrated. I'll let you look that definition up. But when that transpired on a man or to a man, 2 things happened. Number 1, his sexual desires were reduced greatly. Number 2, he could not reproduce at all. I find it interesting that Jesus gives us 3 reasons, 3 ways that individuals were made eunuchs. And He talks about it in Matthew 19:12. Notice what He says. And there are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb. And there are some eunuchs which have been made eunuchs of men. And there be some eunuchs which are made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. To him that can receive Him, let it receive it. Jesus says, number 1, there are some men who are born eunuchs. They have some type of a medical condition that will not allow them to produce children. We see that happening even today, don't we? But He says there's some eunuchs that were made eunuchs of men. Wow. Men making other men eunuchs. Who would do that? Well, the punishment of a criminal. That would deter some men from crimes, would it not? Sometimes when individuals were taken captive by an enemy army, one of the things that they would do is they would make eunuchs out of many of the men. They did not want that nation to what? To reproduce and to become powerful again. There were some who were made eunuchs for special positions in kingly and queenly courts. Here's a king, he wants a man to be in charge of his harem. But I do not want that man to what? To be tempted by all of my beautiful wives. So he makes him a eunuch. Maybe a man is put in position as the assistant of a queen. And the queen doesn't want this man in any way to be tempted toward her. So what does she do? She makes him a eunuch. Now the position may be taken voluntarily, or the position might be forced upon the individual. But 3 ways people became eunuchs. The third one, some made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. There might be a few individuals who would go through the surgical procedure to become a eunuch in order to make themselves faithful to God when it comes to sexual temptation. But that's not the way most individuals do it. Most individuals discipline themselves to refrain from any sexual activity in order to remain faithful to God. Folks, those individuals in essence are what? They're eunuchs, are they not? They may be single individuals, they may be divorcees, they may be widowers. Sexual relationships outside the marriage relationship are sinful. I'm going to keep myself faithful to my God. So they make themselves what? Eunuchs for the kingdom's sake. Now that's not the question. Here's the question. How did other people know if a person was a eunuch? It's not something you just go around and spread, is it? Number one, the position a person occupied in a king or queen's court gave it away, did it not? Remember Acts the 8th chapter, verse 27? Philip was told to go join himself to a chariot, and he did. And when he got there, he found someone, did he not? Behold, a man of Ethiopia, a eunuch of great authority under Candace, who? Queen of the Ethiopians, who had charge of all her treasury. He held a high position underneath a reigning queen. And he was a eunuch. So because of the position you hold underneath a king or a queen, you would immediately know that individual is a eunuch. Secondly, some eunuchs may tell other people that they are a eunuch. Isn't that true? You're not shy about it. You just tell someone that you are. And that leads to the third point. Sometimes others tell that a person's a eunuch. You see, we love to gossip, don't we? Get a little sugary information on somebody, and boy, we just love to spread. Hey, did you know? Oh, Judas, I use that word hoping nobody in here is named Judas. Oh, Judas is a eunuch. No, I didn't know that. Yeah, he's a eunuch. I can just see it spread, couldn't you? Wouldn't take 6 hours to get it through all Jerusalem. How about this one? The marital status of an individual should show that that individual is a eunuch, isn't he? Physical traits might give the individual away. Less hair, less muscle mass. He might talk in a high pitch. And he might not have children. Now, if you just have one of those, like no children, you might not assume that. Because it may be that the wife is barren, right? If he manifested numerous physical qualities like that, you might immediately assume that he is a eunuch. And then lastly, and this is important, the inability, especially of a Jew, to be able to participate in the solemn assemblies of Israel. That law is found in Deuteronomy 23, verse 1. A eunuch was not allowed in those solemn assemblies. Now think about that. Here's your friend. He never goes to the feast days. He never participates. It's required of him as a male to go, and he doesn't go. Why? You would immediately assume one of the reasons is most likely he's a eunuch, isn't he?